Shit. Shit. I have 12 people at the moment. Damn. I don't even have 12 people, which is kind of crazy. Think about at the moment. Downfall of HR. Here we go. Last week in Saudi Arabia, we had few incidents, 6 of them reported, of course. Many of them, like very many of them, were kind of stupidly in the first sector, in the quick S's, on the exit of turn 2 and 3, which I don't know why people send there, but whatever. Last week, Frizzy won it with a good gap from Visilbor and Zinc, because Visilbor on the older tire, and I hardly remember anything from that. That's the top 3. Frizzy, Visilbor, Zinc. In the Drivers' Championship, the championship heats up between Zinc, Frizzy, between them, and then of course the reigning world champion Visilbor, with Chimp being in front of Visilbor somehow, even though they're on the same points. And I know both of them have a podium. Okay, both of them have a second place. So okay, yeah, makes sense. So yeah, 8 points between Zinc and Frizzy. Frizzy not here, it seems like. Let me just check the check-in. No, he's out of the Grand Prix. It's no racing today, so his championship fight with Zig is gonna get much bigger in terms of the gap. I mean, I'm talking about. What the fuck? Shit, I was yapping fucking all the time, yet fucking microphone didn't change into my fucking microphone. It was my fucking controller, so it would sound shite, probably. Back again, everything. Quick recap. Incident 6, many of them in Sector 1. Results from last week, the top 5 is Frizzy, Visilbor, Zinc, then a massive gap from Zinc and Scorenzy, 15 seconds between them. And then Trent 5th, and that's the top 5. Drivers' Championship, the fight between Zinc, Frizzy, and the reigning world champion Visilbor is heating up a little bit. As well, the fact that now Frizzy is not racing, it means that the gap between Frizzy and Zinc is going to get bigger, and it means that Visilbor and Chimp have a possibility to overtake Frizzy. And if Zinc DNS, or that doesn't score any sort of points this race, which highly doubt it. Chimp and Whistleblower can overtake him, and almost everyone can in the top 10 with Chesney. Actually, no. Actually, I don't think so. No, he couldn't. On the countback with podiums and all that. So yeah, top 9 can get into P1 if Zing doesn't score. And the constructors, Mercedes are leading the way in the top. Zinc is carrying them though with 42 points that he scored compared to his teammate 6. So he is massively carrying Mercedes at the moment. Williams P2 35 points, Aston Martin 34, Red Bull 23, VCarb 20, Sauber 16, Ferrari 14, Alpine 10, Haas 4, and McLaren 2. So at the moment now we have every single team that have scored points. Let me finish off the top 10 in the drivers. So Zinc, Frizzy, 34, then Chimp and Whistleblower with 18, Sonic 16, Scornsy and Drilla both 12, and then Vumpy and Trent 10, and then Chesney Riz 8. And I didn't expect you here to be in here this year. Yeah, because it has to have been. Right, because it has to load the thing. It has to load the thing, so. Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Didn't expect you here.
Hello. It works.
Yeah.
It works.
Somehow. Just letting you know that I'm slightly intoxicated with alcohol, so slightly.
Oh. Right.
No, it's just like this is my second cider now, so it's not like I'm crazy fucking drunk or whatever. It's just that, you know, if something is gonna go a little out of hand, then it might be because of that and everything. So
Okay, fair.
Just giving you a heads up. Now we go into OSSQ, basically one-shot sprint qualifying. Fucking long-ass name. By the way, I have already sworn. I have already sworn like 7 times.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah,
no, because you know that you don't like doing commentary during one-shot sprint qualifying or whatever. Just finish drinking. I don't know.
No, I have still a lot, mate. I have still a lot. And I don't drink these
Only
like
one go.
I don't drink these like as much because I don't like alcohol, you know, as much. So I don't like the taste of alcohol, so I guess that's sort of good. So I'm not flipping chugging one out and then throwing in on the floor. And also, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. One-shot qualifying into the sprint, and then there will be another one-shot qualifying to the race. It's gonna be a very long racing weekend. I mean, in here I get it why one-shot qualifying, because then if there would have been short qualifying, then it would have just taken way too fucking long, like really long. Everyone on the softs. The leaderboard, of course, is going crazy on the OSSQ. Fucking weird ass name. At the end, it looks like Ingeborg is going to take the first sector purple lap time, surprisingly, with Zinc in P2. But now it of course changes, the whole thing changes all the time. I'm just going with Chesney Riz at the moment. On the lap, just like that. I've not driven this circuit at all, so I don't know at all anything. Of course, on this game it's a little bit different than on the others.
I'll just tell you, this track is very bad. Like, it's very bumpy everywhere. It's really, let's say they got lucky RL that they don't drive this because it's so bumpy.
Okay. It's looking like Zinc is gonna take pole position for the sprint with Visible in P2, and it's gonna be like that: Zinc on pole position with Visible in P2, Yengaboy P3, and I think another a Red Bull in P4. I genuinely don't I don't remember who it was. Kookaburra in P4, Chim P5, Vumpy P6, Trent P7, Clipsy P8, Chesney Riz P9, Scorenzy rounds off the top 10, and then it's Mido, Chesney, TLW, Consela, and Ricky a lot behind. I'm assuming there's a mistake on the lap, since the lap time is like 1.2 seconds behind Consela. Yeah, there's 8 tenths in the first sector already, and then second sector 3 tenths. Well, I mean, there's a lot of losers in all the sectors, so I don't know. I mean, of course, in one-shot qualifying, it's kind of hard to tell what all the pace is around here. So we shall see in the sprint. It's like an 11, yeah, it's an 11 lap sprint. In this game,
you know what was funny? That on my screen, it was saying that the pole was of the Portuguese Grand Prix of 2021. And I'm like, what?
Hey?
I shared a picture in the Discord. It's like, for me, it says it's 2021.
I mean, I got the clip, and for me, it just said Portuguese GP. Okay. Wait, where is it?
In Tier 1 driver chat.
Oh,
they're starting.
Okay, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's gonna be lights out now. And away we go here in the sprint for this Grand Prix. Zinc gets a very good start off the line, leading the way into turn 1 with Visible in P2, Yingboy in P3. Pretty much the top 4 has almost stayed the same. Yellow flag behind that. Chesney's down the order with Mido as well, a little bit dropping back. Visible and Yingaboy already side by side, but now Yingaboy and Vumpy are going side by side into turn number 5 with 3 wide into turn 4, and it's Visible in front of Zinc. Behind 2 drivers spun around. That's Chimp dropping down to P15, and Chesney's again spun. Zinc has almost dropped almost 3 places in just one. Almost 1.5 sectors, and behind Costa and Scorenzy are losing a lot of places with them being off track. So it's Visible leading the way on the first opening lap with Vumpy in P2, Zinc P3, Chesney already 3 second time penalties, already a Italian 1 and 2 with Zinc P3, Yengaboy dropping down to P4, Ricky already making up a place on middle, Ricky avoiding all that carnage from last position, and he's already up into top 9 even. Whilst in front, Vumpy going for the move, but as well Zinc tries to go for the move for the race lead, and Visible has dropped 2 positions in just one straight, and now it's a Vumpy in P1, Zinc P2, and Visible in P3, with Chesney retiring in the pits. There's a Red Bull going wide behind. That's Kookaburra almost getting overtaken by Clipsy around the outside, and he has gotten overtaken now with TLWs are overtaking him on the inside on the straight, and now TLW on the inside of Clipsy touches, I think, Yengaboy on the apex, or in the middle of the corner, and doesn't make the move on Yengaboy. I have turned my volume a little bit down of my microphone. But yeah, TLW is still behind Eclipse and Yingaboy, even though he tried to overtake them. Other than that, not much going on. One thing to note is that Visible and Yingaboy, Kookaburra, Chesney Riz, Mido, and Chimp are on the mediums, the rest are on the softs. So it's still kind of impressive that Visible still was able to take the lead of the Grand Prix into turn number 5. But now that he has lost it, he's dropped down to P3, but we'll see what these other guys will do. DR is open now on for Zinc, and he's easily in front of Vumpy. The same thing with Clipsy, but now TLW is trying to go for the move on Youngboy, and he's made it done now into turn 1 as well. Youngboy doesn't want to go for the move, scoring the 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Here on this circuit is very easy to get warnings and track limits, well, overall the track limits violations on this track. Behind TLW trying to go for the move on Clipsy, but unable to on the exit of turn 5 and into turn 6. Now we're up the hill into turn 8 on the exit of turn 8, and again downhill. This whole circuit is like a roller coaster. Yellow's behind, that's Consta spun yet again, and not a great sprint at the moment for him, but at least it's only a sprint, and there's one race still to go, with one qualifying as well to go. So, you know, you might earn 8 points in here, but then it might depend what points will you earn in the main race. Constantly yet again spun with Zinc now fastest lap 17.701. Vumpy, is he gonna go for the move? Think too far back, just too far back. The turn 1 is a little bit too quick for drivers to make a move. Meanwhile, behind TLW made a move on Eclipse to move up into P4. Eclipse closes though behind, with Kookaburra as well trying to do something on Yingaboy, but I think it was just him being very close behind Yingaboy. Vumpy close on Zinc, but not close enough to overtake him. Oh yeah, it does say Portugal 2021 there. Okay, Consala retiring in the pits as well. Understandable. The top 3 have already pulled away from the rest, and the rest have their own little DRS train. So the top 3, Zinc, Vumpy and Visible, the 3 protagonists for the championship as well. Should have been a 4th one with Frizzy, but Frizzy's not racing unfortunately. Now we go again into the final corner, the very quick right-hander. I mean, it's very quick, it's a flat out. And now with the DRS open for Vumpy now. Is he gonna go for the move on Zinc into turn 1? He's closing, but not enough to send it on Zinc. That turn 1 is, like I said, too quick to send it. So he has to stay back. Meanwhile, behind still everything the same. Mido has lost the DRS to Chesney though. So the whole DRS chain has broken up a little bit. Now it's into 3 sections. Ingeborg trying to go around the outside of Clipsy into turn 5, and he does actually make it around the outside. He gets a way better exit than Clipsy, and he's moved up into P5. Meanwhile, behind Trent in front of Scorenzy. Scorenzy drops down to P13 and last position for now. You go.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they are all following pretty much at half a second difference to each other, which is pretty good. Maybe dirty air with all these up and downs, it's not really affecting much the cars, and they are able to fight more freely. Vumpy is nice to think. I think Vumpy just made a mistake into the final corner, so Visbor should have an easy attack on him, even if the batteries are pretty low of them both. Visbor is slightly less than Vumpy, who has now managed to caught up big time to Zinc. So the DRS is very powerful as Kookaburra overtakes, clips into turn 1. Pretty smooth. Maybe it didn't make it into the breaking point, but slightly before. what's interesting now is that Visitor is MP3 with the mediums, so for can have an actually not that can will have an advantage at the end of the race at the sprint, as the softs will wear out I think pretty fast. I haven't done any test of the track, but I feel like they will go pretty easily.
He's lost the DRS.
Yeah, as I was talking, yeah, he has Visitor loses the DRS to Bumpy. Maybe he might be able to catch him back if he pushes hard and without the little dirty air that these cars create on this game. Doesn't seem to, no. It's hard that we'll catch up into this corner. It does it perfectly. First to burn a little bit of the battery, but 1.2 is not enough to get the DRS. So Buswar, with that mistake, loses the DRS to the top two as Bumpy stays in the slipstream on Stink and points at him for the later part of the race. Behind, TLW leads the train of Jenga Boy and Kookaburra, but at the back the action is between Chesney Reese and Clipsy as the two swap places. Chesney Reese has gone a little bit off track there in turn one, so probably will have got a warning. Jenga Boy, it seems like the mediums are struggling as Jenga Boy got a little bit of a moment and Kookaburra had a little look down the inside there, but didn't come to nothing. As Clipsy though had a look down the inside of Chesney Reese. It seems like, yes, the mediums might have a better tire, but they are not really that fast. So, I don't know. We might actually see later in the race some different strategy compared to the medium R that basically everyone is doing. Young Boy 3/10 only from TLW at the front of Visitor. 2 seconds to Bumpy. I think Visitor is making some mistakes in the way, but he's not gaining, he's losing only, even in the technical part of the track. He's just losing time. Bumpy will go for a move. I don't think he is, no, just making himself bigger. In the mirrors of the Mercedes, once then going for a move with Jenga Boy into turn 1 on TLW for 4th place. He gets the move done before turn 1 as TLW might actually be saving a little bit of battery, bit low. Maybe now Kookaburra also can have a look. It's the same because the difference, the battery is pretty high, 40%. It's also behind Ricky is close to... No, who is this one? I'm losing. Chimp is close to Mido, my bad. Chimp is close to Mido and goes for a move into turn 5, I think, yeah?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, so now Chimp has the mission to close up the 1.2 gap, he has to close up 2 tenths for getting back into the DRS of Ricky. And yeah, Kookaburra being close now to TLW. Now Jenga Boy is having probably a good grip on the start. Maybe the softs are starting to wear out at this point. 7 laps in, not 7, 8 and nearly 9 laps in. They are probably starting to get the struggle. We don't know, of course, tower, but it's pretty high as Bumpy had a little look like always. Maybe trying to understand if he has the possibility to pass as Trent and Score side by side, as well as Clipsy and Ricky went side by side into turn 1. Clipsy gets the place on the Alpine. As Kookaburra is still very close to TLW in front of them, but not close enough to try and make a move, of course. TLW has the DRS. Maybe slightly less grip because of the softs, but they are still pretty close. As Bumpy has left the session, probably lagged out, that ends the fight for the win, I think, at this point, as Zink will easily cruise if it doesn't get a penalty, but still he has the gap, so I think it will be pretty okay with that. Clipsy has overtaken Ricky and Chimp in the meanwhile, back into the turn 1 fight. I don't know, maybe Chimp made a mistake, I don't know, but the gap has gone up a little bit to the train. It's now 1.4, maybe Chesney Reese was close to losing the DRS, he just said it, but like 400 of a second, as Kookaburra He's on the slipstream behind though. Ricky and Clipsy swap places as well might have a look at them. Into turn 1 goes for a move on Chimp, although it's forced. Clipsy gets forced off by Chimp, maybe slight force off and a slight touch into turn 3. As maybe this will go on to the stewards later. We will see if Clipsy decides to report Chimp for a force off. Behind them, Mido tries to switch back on Trent into turn 5 exit. Doesn't really work out. He seemed to have a better line to there, but Trent maybe better traction. Still on those sides, maybe are better on that task compared to the kick salver to deliver a little bit better. At the front of the train, Yanka Boy is closing up on Bumpy, of course, because of the AI, and W is losing, I think, a little bit to Jenga with this different approach to the last corner that I'm seeing. It likes to have a better exit entry. Now Yanka Boy will have the DRS though, and this is the final lap, so the W might actually be better to look into his mirrors as Kookaburra might be having a look. Someone's having a look is Chimp and Trent to particularly Ricky and Chimp, as now everyone is overtaking the poor Bumpy who hasn't rejoined yet, I think. I don't know. Trent and Clipsy going side by side with the DRS that Trent has not. Clipsy, they're going to go 3 wide into turn 5 with mid on this side, getting the pair of them. And Clipsy maybe sending a switchback, but it doesn't really work. As Mido gets both places. Kookaburra is close to Troy. I think it's going to be the last battle we might be seeing before the checker flag here. As might be sending up a move into this next corner. You can, I think, burn a little bit the battery. He's not doing it here. Maybe the long right-hander is not doing it. Chimp has gone for a move on. No, my bad, it was on Bumpy. As Zinc cruises to win the sprint. Kookaburra 2 tenths away. Can he make it on the finish line? It's gonna be
17,000.
No. He doesn't make it. He doesn't make it by nearly 200 seconds, but yeah.
Yeah, and then almost another photo finish. Vampy, I don't have you, mate. I don't have you on friends list. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you have Sazoi? Do you have him? Do you have him?
I don't think I have him.
Yeah, but on the sprint, Zinc wins the sprint with Visiborn P2, Yangaboy P3, TOW from P13 to P4 somehow in the sprint. Kookaburra P5, Chesniris P6, Chimp P7, Ricky P8, then Vampy P9 with that disconnection. Mido P10 rounds off the top 10, but Ricky rounds off the points scorers. Trent P11, Clipsy P12, and then Scoring Z P17. 13. Fuck. What am I talking about? 13. Oh my god.
That's the alcohol, mate, kicking in.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. It might be. I'm gonna check my flipping game base.
Vampire is turning back lucky.
Like I literally don't have him. Can get some friends, but I don't have him. I can invite Yenga boy. Again, even though he isn't here. Yeah. And Nico, earlier, Rosenberg, no, you can't really drive the race anymore. Now we go into the OSQ. I'm gonna try and catch Zinc. There we go, Zinc. On the a little interesting line there on the grass a little bit. To dip it on the grass. Zinc went onto the sausage curb. Horrible first corner in there.
May I say how he didn't validate? He just went fully off track. The game said, "Okay, that's valid." What?
Yeah, I mean, some tactics. There are some tactics in there. I don't until Mido is leading. Yes. Zinc is going to be lost with Mido now at the moment. I was going to say Mido was leading this pack until he a little bit went wide in turn 8. Now he has dropped down from P1 to P5 in just a couple of corners. At the moment, the B-Carb duo are in the lead, but now the whole thing has flipped and Mido has invalidated his lap. Now into the top. Chimp. No, actually, Visiblebor is leading this qualifying with the both V-Carbs in 2 and 3, but the whole flipping Red Bull family is going up and down in there. And as we go through the final corner, turn 16, or 15, I'm just going to call it 15, Visiblebor is going to take pole position with Yingaboy in P2, Chimp P3, and then Kookaburra in P4. That's the top 4 at least that I know of. And the top 4 is just the Red Bull family. The rest is Chesney Riz, Trent, Scornsy, Clipsy, Ricky, Chesney, TLW, Consola, and then Vumpy No Time. He's invalidated. Zinc, and then Mido as well invalidated. So yeah, unfortunate for Zinc and Vumpy, and as well for Mido. But that's life, really. That is life, unfortunately. Yeah, Visiblebor in pole position.
Think has wrote.
Yeah, go on.
Think that he had a problem with his controller, the same that he had in Saudi. The controller disconnected and he slammed into the wall.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say like some stick drift, which can occur. I was basing that off from the pin on the straights, what he was for a little bit on the grass. So, yeah. Now into the main race, 33 laps. On this game, I see that the fuel runs out very easily. For example, in Japan, it goes so quickly. I don't know how it is in Portugal.
Me neither.
So yeah, we will see. We'll just look at the fuel gauge and we shall see it from there. Fortunately, we're not racing, so we don't have to make that decision. Do we get more enough fuel to the end of the race? But yeah, good. 33 laps. Many different strategies. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's gonna be 5 lights out. And then we go here in the main race in the Grand Prix. Visiblebor gets a little bit not a great of a start. Yingaboy side by side with him into turn 1, and Yingaboy is gonna send it down inside, and Yingaboy takes the lead of the Grand Prix into turn 1 with McLaren, I think that was flipping back. No, that was a Ferrari going wide, I believe. Anyways, Yingaboy leading the way with Chimp and Kookaburra still staying in the same position. Visiblebor trying to kind of send it. In meantime, behind, TLW has spun himself. And he has dropped down to P15 with Vumpy now. It's a little bit tight with Zinc, Vumpy and Consola, but they have made it through and they are in P12 and P13, although in the midfield it's going a little bit shite and Vumpy has been caught out a little bit, half spun on the X of turn 8, and he's dropped down to P15 behind TLW. In the top 5, it has pretty much stayed the same with Trent being in P6. From out of nowhere, no, he started in P6. I thought about the sprint result. Anyways, most of the guys are on the mediums, besides TLW, Mido, Trent, and Ricky, who are on the softs. Those are the only soft runners. The rest are in the mediums. Visiblebor right behind Yingaboy, but he's not gonna go for the move into turn 1 behind Trent as well, close behind Szczesny, but not going for the move. Zink already from last to 10th position, which is already a good recovery on the first lap. Of course, he needs to move up the order as quickly as possible. Oh, there's middle spun in turn 4 in the middle of the corner, so he drops down to P15. Vumpy, oh no, that's Conslan and TLW side by side into turn 5. TLW has front wing damage, so it's not looking great for TLW. Szczesny goes completely wide, goes into the barrier into turn 8. Possibly damage there. I mean, honestly, with this damage physics, you never know. You might hit the wall in just incredible speed, yet you will get absolutely no damage. Honestly, it's a mystery will you get damage or not sometimes. For example, Zing just going straight into the wall, but he didn't receive any sort of damage. Visibar, the ears open, using plenty of VRS, and retakes his race lead that he lost on turn 1. Whenever he's getting beat by a chase cam user. Yeah. Vampire 3 seconds as Szczesny goes into the pits. Yeah, they need to retire in my opinion as well. But yeah, Vesselpor back into the race lead. So Young Boy drops down to P2. Zink already dropping down, going up to P8. Although Zink gets a better exit off turn 5. On the outside of turn 5, it's a very good. It's a very good place to be around the outside, since you get such a great launch of that corner compared to the driver on the inside. As in the meantime, Trent and Szczesny go side by side through turn 9, and then 10 and 11, and now into turn 12, and now into turn 13. They're still side by side, and they're still going to be side by side into turn 14. Yes, they are, but Trent looks to be in front. Szczesny's still trying to be in front. Ricky's looking at the possibilities. In the meantime, Zing goes off track behind them. But Trent has managed to be in front of Szczesny race, but now with the DRS, he might just get eaten by Ricky and Szczesny. But it looks like only Ricky is going to overtake Szczesny, actually. So somehow Trent's still staying in front of the two that are behind, of course. Zink in front of Clipsy, so he moves up to P8. He's trying to do his recovery as quickly as possible so that he doesn't lose too much time on the top 4. In the meantime, Ricky around the outside of turn 5 on Trent, and he moves up to P5. Szczesny has pitted for Hearts. I think he pitted yet again, if I remember correctly. Yeah, in the top 4, that they all have the DRS, the Red Bull family. Ooh, Consla's crashed out on the X of turn 8. It's not moving, so he hasn't pressed the button. But he has crashed out. No safety car whatsoever.
No,
no, he's actually, yeah, he's moving. Okay, it was just a AI stuck. I thought we might get a safety car in here. Anyways. Yeah, the Red Bull family might bore some fans in here, because the top 4 is only the Red Bull cars, as Trent moves in front of Ricky, and the drivers behind the top 4 don't have the DRS even, so it is actually a Red Bull family dominance at the moment. But the race is long, so we will see how will the race pan out till the end of this. In the meantime, Zink goes down inside on Szczesny, who's had a little bit of a rear lockup and doesn't manage to get the move done on Szczesny.
His controller's gone.
Yep, it's gone. Yep, it's fucked. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no sugarcoating it. It's fucked, or it has fucked himself up. Massively. Unfortunately, dropping down to P13, and we honestly I don't know. I don't know, will he continue or not? Boy still doesn't have the DRS on Visible. But he's gaining a lot on the straight though, even though he's low on ERS, he's still gaining on the straight. A little bit. Chimp closing on behind, of course his teammate, middle in the pits. Zinc still out there trying to do something. We will see if Boy will be able to catch up to Visible. Of course, Visible, reigning world champion, the defending world champion this season. He will try to catch up to Zinc as he has problems at the moment. So this is a prime opportunity for him to gain on Chimp, of course, overtake him. Frizzy as well, and then the Zinc himself. So this is a very good opportunity for him to just gain mass amount of points. Chesney gets a 3-second time penalty. Yellows, that's middle behind. Evening, Kia. Evening. At the moment, not much going on. I mean, there's a massive DRS train from P5 down to P11, where Vumpy is. Vumpy is not having a great race either. His start of the season hasn't been great. He only has scored like 10 points, 12 points. I'm doing good as well, Kia. What about you? Young Boy is still not in that DRS at all. Of course, great for Visible, but honestly, between these drivers, they don't need to really fight. I think they just need to extend the gap from behind. Of course, this is equal racing, so no some sort of Red Bull family stuff. I mean, of course, there's a little bit more respect to Red Bull between Red Bull and VCarb compared to like Red Bull and Haas or Ferrari, but they're just a tiny bit more. There's no such thing as academies or anything, of course. Zinc has been catching up to that pack in front of him, which consists of Vumpy, TLW, Scorns, Eclipse, Chesney, Ricky, and Trent. But he still has a lot to go. He's mainly, of course, losing down the straight to that pack, with, of course, that pack in front of him having the whole DRS. Chimp, of course, is not gonna go for the move on Boy, and Kookaburra is unable to go for the move on Chimp, since Chimp has the DRS. Chesney Riss is a little bit falling down on the DRS. It's not looking great for him, but will he get the DRS on the exit of the turn 3? Yes, he does get the DRS. In the meantime, Vumpy has overtaken TLW. He doesn't have the DRS though, so it's not great for him, but Scorns is trying to go for the move on the Clipsy, which of course helps him out, by him meaning Vumpy. And now he's back into that 1 second range. Of course, there's still a half a lap to go to that DRS detection zone, that is to that main start-finish straight. But of course, it helps his cause to catch up to Scorns and all that. Zinc has caught up a second on that previous lap, or on this lap. So he is catching up a lot on the cars in front of him. But then the question is how is he going to be able to overtake them? And of course, now at this point, it's looking like it's going to be a damage limitation race. Yeah, Visible he has very high chances of outscoring Zinc. So honestly, for Zinc, it's just the damage limitation so that he doesn't lose too many positions to Visible, and as well so that the gap between himself and Frizzy doesn't stay the same, and it actually extends out a little bit. And of course for the same cause for Visible, so that he doesn't catch up too much. In the meantime, I think Chesney Risk might have actually lost that DRS. He's out at 1 second now. He is within that. That's 1 second range between Chesney Riz and Ricky is like a roller coaster, like this circuit. It's sometimes in that, sometimes out of that. It's like just on there, on the edge of it. And he might not actually get it on exiting turn 13. He will not get it exiting turn 14. Oh, he might actually get it. No, he's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get it. It's 1.1 tenths over that. So Chesney Riz doesn't have the DRS on Ricky. So now Clipsy maybe can go for the move, although he has no ERS whatsoever. TLW going for the pits early on. But yeah, Clipsy as well has caught up massively to Chesney Riz on that main straight. Swampy going for the move on Scoresy in the meantime. Into turn 3 and now into turn 4 on the outside. There was a little bit of a contact, I believe, between Vampy and Scoresy. So Scoresy is behind Vampy. But I think there was a little bit of contact. But still, anyways, at the moment, as of right now, Vampy in front of Scoresy. Vampy, one of the only one really remaining in the race that has a 3-second penalty. As I was gonna say, that Mido has did get the 3-second now. The race is not as exciting compared to Saudi Arabia. Of course, Saudi Arabia is just a chaos waiting to happen, with the walls being so close to the track. Here it's the complete opposite. The walls are miles away from the actual track. The closest that they are on this start-finish straight. I wouldn't wonder if DC would have actually started to actually snooze a little bit, as Scoresy re-overtakes Vampy into turn 1. Clipsy was as well trying to look for the move. Vampy now tries to re-overtake Scoresy into turn 3 and now into turn 4 on the outside. He's going to be able to make the move. Scoresy, I think, lost the rear again, or there might have yet again been contact. But Vampy yet again in front of Scoresy. Do you want to mind talking for a bit? I don't want you to fall asleep in here.
Nah, don't worry. I was watching for a little bit at the front, Visitor, Young Boy, all those guys. Visitor actually at a moment is lapping to turn 4, who put the gap down to 1.1 second. Now he managed to put it up again to 1.4 as it was, but this shows that Visitor might have just that 1/10 advantage over Young Boy. It's not a close affair for the win. I think we should on for all race this tension of staying on the same gap. Meanwhile, Zink has managed to close up to the second DRS train, the second big DRS train, the first one in front. Young Boy still 1.1 now on the main straight, so maybe there's also slipstream effect, or Young Boy has lower downforce than Visitor, which can be of course a thing. In the other train, Clipsy had a nice oversteer in turn 3 right now on the exit, which might have put him a little bit more on the threat to Vampy. Instead, it goes to touch Chesney Riz's back into turn 5, but nothing comes out of it. Clipsy seems to be very strong into turn 5. I was watching also before. Yes, and he can break very later than what Chesney Riz does. So if he exits turn 4 really on Chesney Riz rear wing, I'm pretty sure there will be a move 100% into there. Behind Scoresy, having looks all around the track to try to see if there's space to overtake Vampy, but at the moment doesn't look so. Even if he tried an alternative line through here, maybe trying to have a better exit, which doesn't seem to happen, but he's using the battery, so maybe a move can be going into the main straight as Vampy is flashing. Scoresy has drained these old batteries, even maybe going defend against Clipsy, who comes over in a little bit of a dangerous manner to defend his position to Scoresy as behind Zink has a look at Vampy and doesn't get the move done. Scoresy the look at Clipsy, but he wasn't going for a move now. Maybe Vamp is going for a move into him as Scorsese goes too wide. He broke too late into turn 5 as
Zink again.
Okay. Zink, we don't see there that. Oh, he actually got the squad.
I mean,
Poor Zink.
Yeah, I mean, you have to feel bad for him. Yeah, Ricky as well made a mistake on the exit of turn 8, but dropping down behind Chesney Reyes now. He was close behind Trent, but now, as well, Mido has spot himself on the exit of turn 4. So plenty of incidents going on at the moment, but even though if it was kind of hilarious looking, Zing just going the wrong way, just going into that sort of the part of the track where the MotoGP drive, turning there, you still kind of have to feel bad for him for all those issues that he has. In the meantime, Whistleblower 3 seconds. Well, that is going to be very interesting.
So much time.
And as well,
lost so much time to the pack.
Yeah, Youngboy has as well gained plenty of time now to Whistleblower. He's within that 1 second, so this is very interesting. What has happened to Whistleblower, getting a 3-second time penalty, and as well losing that 1 second advantage that he had. Zing, of course, understandably leaves, and he, honestly, in my opinion, he can say what he can rage however he wants. I mean, he has all the rights to rage at that point. Kicksabber are not going to score any points in this race as Mido has retired in the pits. In that time, well, Whistleblower got at 3 seconds and lost plenty of time. Ricky and Trent pitted. Somehow, Trent is only ahead of Ricky by 2 seconds now. Whistleblower goes into the pits. Youngboy tried to sort of fake his teammate, I guess, or something like that. It's going into the pits, but anyways, now with Whistleblower going into the pits onto the hards, Youngboy takes the race lead. The undercut is at least what I have seen from previous races, it's massive on this game. That's from what I saw. I'm not confident what's in here. In the meantime, Scorenzy behind tried to go for the move on Clipsy. It moves like Clipsy has taken his defending classes from Max Verstappen little bit. Sort of the young Max Verstappen more. Yeah, at the moment, Clipsy's defenses have been a little bit questionable, but somehow all of that has made him still be in P6. But in the reports, there is going to be probably one report from Scorenzy, like just moving right in front of his nose. In front, none of them pit. None of the drivers in front pits. The top 3 still don't change positions. Behind them, nothing changes as in the pits. But in the meantime, Scorenzy overtakes Clipsy into turn 1 like he should have done a couple of laps ago. But Clipsy is going to come back at him into turn 3 on the inside. And now on the inside of turn 4, he's still there. They're still side by side. The DRS, none of them have the DRS on this little back straight into turn 5. And Scorenzy has the inside, but yeah, he's gonna get a horrible exit out of turn 5. And Scorenzy has to stay behind Clipsy yet again. He has to still be behind him, and what's the word that I'm looking for? He still has to deal with the Williams in front, though. Kookaburra is close behind Chimp. None of the top 3 pits. Kookaburra doesn't want to go for the move. Let's look back. In that time, while Clipsy and Scorenzy were battling Vumpy got a yet another 3 second.
Oh, visible.
Ooh!
Another one. What?
I think he spun out of turn 12. Or, sorry, 13. He spun out of 13, I would believe. And since he was trying to come back to the track, he got the game automatically gave him the DSQ. Sort of the same for Zinc. Ooh, so now this is an opportunity for Chimp to actually take the the drivers' championship lead in this Grand Prix from out of. Oh, Younger Boy almost lost it out of turn 11, but he managed to recover it. But he almost lost it into the wall. Let's see. Out of everyone that I would have expected, with Frizzy not racing, Zinc with his controller problems, Visibor with a DSQ, probably the similar way that Zinc got. Now he can take the championship lead after this Grand Prix if the positions stay like the... No, he has to win the Grand Prix because he was 24 points behind. And actually, he might not get actually that lead. He might actually not get that lead, but he will be very, very close behind Zenk. He'll be actually the closest one out of everyone to be behind him, unless I'm forgetting Younger Boy somewhere up there. Although to be fair, it might be how close the gaps are from everyone. So it might be actually either Younger Boy or Chimp. Getting there, as Kookaburra getting at 3 seconds. So now the V-Car boys don't have to really worry about Kookaburra at the moment. They still need to think about him, that he's still there behind. But if he's going for the move, just you don't really have to defend him as much as you would normally, because now he has the 3 seconds. So yeah, at the moment the V-Car boys have a good 1 and 2 situation. None of them still pit. Kookaburra doesn't pit. Loads of drivers are still staying out. They probably are going for the softs. Pretty much the other way that Trent and Ricky went. Of course, with the gaps that I will look into. Trent clips in the meantime, overtakes Scorenzy into turn 1 and goes wide into turn 1 and into turn 2. Scorenzy gets moved on into turn 2, although turn 3 still on the outside. Clipsy into turn 4, now he's on the inside. Scorenzy leaves him plenty of space and Scorenzy gets a 3 seconds on the X of turn 4, and Clipsy stays in front of him. What I was trying to say is Trent is 26 seconds behind Younger Boy. With that gap, I don't think the V-Car boys should worry about him too much. But Trent will or might be actually he will be in front of Vumpy when all the cars in front of him will pit. He will be in front of Vumpy, Chesney, Riz, Klepsy, and Scorenzy. Ricky could be tight with Vumpy, but he's going to be in front of Chesney, Riz, Klepsy, and Scorenzy at least. Klepsy and Scorenzy at least. What am I meant to say? Chesney, Riz will be a little bit close as well, as Scorenzy goes into the pits to change his tires, of course. For what tire is that going to be? For the softs? I mean, at this rate, it should be for the softs on lap 20. And it is going to be for the softs. Trent easily in front, the same with Ricky. So with that gap... Yeah, I think even Ricky should be easily in front of Vumpy. With that gap. With the way that the gap is going to be... What's going to be the gap? 6 seconds? Yeah, I think still... Ricky should be easily in front of Vumpy, or it's going to be really close. It's going to be either really close with Vumpy, or I mean, it will be very close with Vumpy. It just either he's going to be in front or behind. That's really the question. Clipsy almost lost it on the exit of turn 12. Sorry, 11 in the meantime. The V-Carbs, Chimp hits, Kookaburra stays out. So
Team orders.
Yeah, maybe some team orders, maybe something going on. Kookaburra, of course, has the DRS now. And he's gonna catch up to Yangaboy enough for that DRS, although into turn 2 and 3, he's still behind him. The 1 second, although now he might have actually gotten the DRS. No, he doesn't have the DRS, so it's actually played out very nicely. Trent easily in front of everyone, like I said. Ricky, now this is going to be interesting with Ricky. Is he going to be in front of his own teammate? Yes, he is going to be in front of his own teammate by
Trent actually is also in front of Chimp.
Ooh,
that's interesting. Trent has done a massive undercut, so we might actually see him being ahead of when it comes down to now, of course, Chimp tries ready to go for the move, but those mediums are younger, they will have a lot more pace. As Chimp has gone as screwed past him. I think now those softs are really in the window. There's no matter what Trent does, I think team space on those softs is too fast. But let's see actually where do Jengaboy and Kookaburra come out from the pits, as they are both boxing, both for hard, for soft, I think. Ooh, Kookaburra nearly speeding. Boy went very slowly into that, being sure to not get a fine penalty. Kookaburra was a little bit more brave on the brakes. Kookaburra on the softs, of course, also Jengaboy will go in a second. Yeah, it is. Trent has lost the DRS to Chimp in the meanwhile, on the main straight. So I think Chimp has done a beautiful undercut as Jengaboy comes out of the pits.
Chimp in front.
Just in front of Trent though. Just in front of Trent, as Trent maybe has a run into him into turn 3. No, he doesn't. He lifted out between turn 1 and turn 3. As that one was an attack going is Kookaburra. Also, Yangaboy has to close up again on Chimp. He doesn't have the DRS as well. Maybe more pace to the middle sector. He gained 1 tenth in the straight, as now Trent has to do basically the same thing he had to do before. First stay with Yangaboy's DRS. If he can, of course, Kookaburra is there with a pistol ready on his head, saying, hey, I'm gonna get past. But maybe Trent is able to stay, because 7/10 here might actually be doable. 8.5. It might be close. If Kookaburra goes for move, of course, I don't think he will ever be able. It goes now to 1 second. No, 9/10 still on traction. Maybe Yangaboy has strongest slipstream to Chimp as Trent loses. No. Yeah, he lost the DRS by 300s. As now Kookaburra will have an easy time passing him.
Maybe not actually. Maybe not.
Trent is burning DRS to try and stay ahead, and he stays ahead. Although Kookaburra gets over the curb on the east side and nearly dies out for it. But Trent has managed to defend Kookaburra into the main straight, but can he do now into the second straight, where Kookaburra will have the DRS back again. Trent is not using the overtake mode, just using the 3-second time penalty. Kookaburra around the outside of Trent into turn 5, doesn't go off track luckily, and gets the move down. Now Trent has to do this time for the 3rd time in a row, try to stay with the DRS of the Red Bull. I think this will be an easier task, considering that he's slightly closer. Someone though that is closer is Yangaboy up in front, just 4/10 of Chimp. So I don't know if they're gonna stay like this, they're gonna this position, they're gonna fight. I don't know what they're talking about down in the AlphaTauri car. One thing we know is that if they crash out, Helmut Marko is gonna be frustrated as fuck, even if Kookaburra will win, but we never know. Trent does not stay in the DRS of Kookaburra, so he's out of the contention, I think, for the podium. He just interested between those 3 seconds. That Yangaboy does not go for that one, so probably waiting or clean games applying. Although Chase is behind, is going for the move on Clipsy into the main straight. Easy does it, gets into 8th place. Trent actually has gone back into the DRS of Kookaburra now into the second straight. So it might be able to stick with them for a little bit longer, as Kookaburra is trying to get back into Younger Boy DRS of course, but he has no DRS and also lower DRS. There's like 70% difference between him and Young Boy. So
Yeah, plenty.
that's huge. Go now. You go now.
Okay. Yeah, the difference in the ERS between Younger Boy and Kookaburra is massive. Younger Boy has pretty much a full ERS, whilst Kookaburra is only like 40% at the moment. So yeah, Younger Boy has plenty to work with. The same with Chimp. Younger Boy gets a 3 seconds. Now this, if Chimp doesn't get a 3 second, this basically rewards a win to Chimp. And now Younger Boy goes in front of Chimp, which is what I would expect him to do. Younger Boy goes back into the race lead, but of course, Younger Boy has a 3 seconds. Chimp doesn't. So now, Chimp just needs... I mean, even if Kookaburra is gonna try and overtake him, as we talk about, overtake Scornsy is in front of Ricky, and the same is with Clipsy in front of Chesney Riz. Riz... excuse me.
Oh.
Riz tried to come back at him, although now on the exit of turn 4, he's gonna get him into turn 5 on the inside with the DRS. He's gonna get on the inside. Clips is gonna try and stick it around the outside. And around the outside should get him on the outside, and he does get him. The traction on the outside on that corner is absolutely massive. It's just... It's in a different... It's completely on a different league. Like, if Chesney would have had, like, 12 lap old softs compared to Clipsy's 4. It's absolutely crazy that's the difference. In front though, Kookaburra doesn't have the DRS still on Chimp. The drivers, the V-Carb drivers are cooking. They are trying to get that 1-2. And at the moment it is looking like, with Kookaburra's 3 seconds, it is looking like they're gonna get that V-Carb 1 and 2 with the Red Bull family 1, 2 and 3 at the moment, although Trent is still at the moment within that 3 seconds of Kookaburra. So it's not confirmed yet that they're gonna get it, but as the race will go on and the tires, well, the mediums are still gonna fade away, or be worse. Basically, they're gonna be a worse tire compared to the softs that most of the grid have. Basically means that he's isn't gonna be in that DRS. 3 seconds, as the gap is already 2.8. Drops down to 2.7, but it's 2.8. So yeah, we will see. It's Trent is trying to hang on there, of course, but honestly, I don't think he's gonna be able to hang on there, especially with the little slide on the exit. And now that the gap has risen into 3 seconds, Vampy is as well closing in on him. Behind, with 1.5 seconds down on him. Scornsy, how much does Scornsy have? 3 seconds. Okay, so Vampy's still gonna get that P5. In front, the V-Car boys are doing their own magic. Kookaburra 2.8, 2.7 seconds behind the V-Carbs. So the V-Carbs are absolutely cooking. I mean, they were cooking already from the get-go. It was just that Visible and Zinc were there up there, doing their stuff as well. But now with Zinc out, Visible as well out, with their own unfortunate happenings, the DSQs means that the V-Carbs have a good way to the 1-2, but still 6 laps to go in this Grand Prix, so plenty to happen. I mean, as the race, as we look back to 27 laps back, it hasn't been really a most exciting race, but a race nonetheless. Still a race that isn't just a sleeping festival. As Ricky drops down a place on Clipsy, although Ricky's gonna try and look on the inside, but he backs out of it on Clipsy. He's gonna get the DRS though on Clipsy. Locks up on the inside tire. And, well, Ricky's gonna get the DRS. We'll see if he's gonna have a go at Clipsy, or is actually Chesney Riz gonna have a go at him. And it looks like Chesney Riz is gonna have a go at him, although he doesn't have the ERS. Ricky's gonna have a go on Clipsy, and he moves back up into P7, and as well Chesney Riz side by side into turn 1 and 2 and 3 now. Still side by side into turn 4 now, and Clipsy just that in front of Clipsy. Clipsy is in front of Chesney. And, yeah, Ricky's still in front of Clipsy. Clipsy is still in front of Chesney Riz. Although, of course, Clipsy is gonna try and have a go at him somewhere, at some point, during this race. Or the remaining 5 laps of this race. In the meantime, in front, Trent has been caught up by Vumpy. Because Vumpy has it 6 seconds, so actually Vumpy could lose that P4 to Trent, unless Trent is going to lose mathematical pace. At the moment it doesn't look like it. And Vumpy is should have an easy move, although he's on the outside. And he gets him on the outside into turn 1. And should be able to... that braking to turn 3 was a little bit iffy, although he's gonna get still a better exit than Trent nonetheless. Into turn 1 though with Clipsy, he's in front of Ricky. He's still in front of Chesney Riz, so for Chesney Riz is a little bit... This whole thing is a little bit complicated. Bit of more complicated is that he has that 3 seconds, or a penalty, so he would need to basically move Ricky out. And as I just say that, Ricky has quite literally moved out of the way for Chesney Riz, and he's up to P8, although still on track. On track is in P8, but in terms of penalties, it will be Ricky in P9, P8. We'll see though, we'll see. The V-Carbs are doing their own thing. The resting is pretty much going as it's going. V-Carbs, I'm saying this all over again and again and again. They're just doing their own thing. Yinga Boy is in the lead with 3-second Chimp in P2 with no penalties. Unless Chimp is gonna get the penalty. He's gone wide on the X of turn 4. Although he doesn't seem to get a penalty or even a warning from that. So Chimp still without the 3 seconds. The rest, it's pretty much, well, nothing much going on besides Clipsy, Chesney Riz, and Ricky still trying to hang in there. Because we'll see if he's gonna be able to hang in there. I don't think he's gonna be able to hang in there for much longer than this. Pretty much the same with Trent. He's not able to hang in there in that 1 second. Although Chesney Riz is actually losing a little bit of time to Clipsy. Just within that DRS. Actually, Ricky is closer to Chesney Riz than Riz to Clipsy. And yeah, well, still Chesney Riz is gonna get the DRS in front. In the V-Cars, the gap was a little bit close, but of course they're not gonna overtake each other. And maybe on the final lap, Chimp is gonna do something like clear overtake if Yenga Boy is literally like 2/10 in front of him. But other than that, I don't think they're gonna do anything. Trent is actually keeping up with the Vumpy, actually. Kind of interesting, the fact. He's actually keeping up, and if Vumpy is gonna be able to catch up to Kookaburra, then Trent could actually cook a podium in here, but still has plenty to go. A second to go, actually, more than a second. The exit of turn 8 a little bit bad, and he's out of that 1 second on Vumpy. Although he was out of that 1 second at one point, but he came back on it. through this third sector. We'll see if he's gonna be able to get that 1 second into that 1 second back. Boy is gonna start the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix. There's still 2 laps to go. Trent did not get that 1 second on Vampy. Although now he's within that 1 second, so Trent is running very low wings, it seems, compared to Vampy. So it of course makes it easier to overtake and catch up on the straights. And it doesn't seem like that he's losing too much on the corners, even though he has worse tires. He doesn't get the DRS on this straight though, so not ideal for him if he wanted to still be in that contention of P3 somehow. He's gonna get that P4 anyways, but P3 at the moment is looking out of contention as Bumpy's not even within his 3 seconds. TLW pitting, getting a penalty, but pitting for Sauce, trying to get that fastest lap. The fastest lap is a 17.635 by Vampy. Then Boy has 18 seconds down on that. As the V-Carbs, Boy is going to start the final lap of this Grand Prix. Not a eventful race, but from Portugal you don't really expect much. Especially that for the fact that the chances of a safety car are pretty much none. Trent has actually got that DRS, but he's not able to catch up to Vampy almost anywhere. Chesney Race is trying to go for the move on Eclipse. He's running on him, and he's getting ahead of him into turn 1. Ricky's still in there, so he will actually get that P8 unless he gets a penalty or spins. But Chesney Race is in front of Eclipse. Eclipse doesn't really need to care about that about Chesney, since Chesney Race has a 3 seconds. As it stands, nothing will probably change throughout this second and third sector. We go with the V-Cars. I mean, these lads, they've just done absolute masterclass, absolute teammate masterclass, race masterclass. I mean, they have been absolutely on it, absolutely flipping on it. Visiblebore and Zinx, unlucky, have of course helped them, but it doesn't matter. Boy is going to slow down to give the official race win to Chimp, and Boy is going to round off the 1-2 for the V-Carbs. Boy sort of probably of course wanted that first win since probably like season 3, but he gets a P2 yet again. Kookaburra P3, Trent P4, Vampy P5, Scornsy P6. Chesney Reese is going to be on track P7, but then Clipsy and Ricky are going to overtake him. So Clipsy P7, Ricky P8, Chesney Reese P9, and then TLW. Let's look into the lap data on the second sector. What is he cooking? Half a second up on his time, or is that overall? I have no clue, but
I mean, if he gets the fastest lap with a broken wing, I'm gonna have questions.
Grip hacks? No, but the first lap was 17.6, and no, he's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get it. He's missed out by a lot. Chesney is actually gonna finish in front of him, since TLW got that 10 seconds. So even though Chesney was nowhere near anyone out of like the first opening laps and sprint TNF, he's actually gotten 1 point out of this race by just finishing the race. Just shows that you sometimes need to finish the race and still be rewarded with a point. But yeah, it's a UK 1-2 and Visa Cash App RB buy one and get one free sale 50% for 50 days, summer deal, whatever there are been sayings for sale. They get the most amount of points, 27 for Chimp and 24 for Boy. Zinc only 8 and Visiblebore only 7. That's their only points. And yeah, Kookaburra as well. cooked this race as well with 19 points. On this game, he has really come out alive, and he's actually showing good performances. The only drivers that haven't got a single point are actually, ironically, the Saubers. That is, even though this is equal, it still represents real life somehow. And with that, the race, of course, has concluded. Not as much of a exciting much race, but still not one of the boring races, of course. Out of every single one of them. But yeah, Portugal proves to be a mid-track, like F1 Kid says. Drive of the day, honestly, one of the V-carbs, in my opinion, one of the V-carbs easily. Both of them get it. If someone would else be, then Kookaburra as well, and then maybe a fourth one, Trent, with that interesting strategy as well. Do you have anything else to add? Maybe the driver of the days?
I mean, in my opinion, driver of the day goes easily to Chimp because, I mean, it's, I don't know, since it was his last win still, I think, pretty deserved win. It was one of the few guys to be without any penalties, so I think it's well deserved for him to win it. Yeah, nothing else to add other than that I actually slept for 1.5 laps during the race, but we don't talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Next week is gonna be, what is it? There's Monaco definitely in the calendar, but it's not there. It's Austria. That should be a pretty interesting one. Just a fun fact: we've had 3 different race winners in 3 races. Now that I'm checking it, Zinc, China, Frizzy, Saudi Arabia. Now, Chimp in the Portuguese GP.
We need some good dominance back though, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Next week is, of course, Austria. Everyone for Zinc, not Zinc. Younger boy knows this. I mean, from the owners and admins, and you as well, DC, know this, that I'm not gonna be for the next 3 races due to vacation. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have the sign in for the HR account sorted out?
What?
For the HR Twitch account.
Oh, yeah, I do have. I mean, I still need to do to Jenga to send me a thing every single time, but yeah, I have everything ready.
Okay. So yeah, next week is Austria. Like I said, I won't be there for Austria, Zandvoort, and most importantly, and most annoyingly, Monaco. I really wanted to look at that, but So
If you had slip to win this race, I don't know what will happen to Monaco. Honestly, you're lucky to not be there. I think.
No, honestly, I would have wanted that to be. I would have wanted to be there, especially for the qualifying. But yeah, next time that you will hear me is in Monza, Italy. Yeah, for me, with my voice, you'll hear it in Monza. But for the stream next time, it's gonna be for Austria. So, ciao.
Bye.